Let me congratulate my boy on completing the Ironman, man. A true Ironman here.
No, I haven't completed the Ironman. I did the ultra.
No, ultra. Yeah, first step there, bro. That's the first achievement you've done in your life.
That's true. Here it is.
A big step getting there. Wow. Oh shit, my eyes is a little too shiny, bro. Damn.
Go on.
Let me get my sunglasses. Oh gee.
Thank you, man. You worked towards something. I trained for like 4 months to do it.
Yeah.
And you do it and you immediately don't care about it. It's like that with everything.
Yes. Naval said, if you cannot be present with the coffee, you cannot be present with the yacht. The moment you achieve something, you adjust your goal.
This was the biggest one ever. When I legit for a year, like it was so fixated in my mind. I didn't care about the money that was coming in.
Yeah.
I didn't care about anything. I wanted that silver plaque because like you watched YouTubers coming up, and I didn't care about the million plaque. It was only the silver one. And then the day I got it and opened it, I was like, this is a piece of junk.
Wow.
Like, this is fucking piece of plastic junk. So yeah.
You and me were some people were living their dream life, but we just think we just wake up to this every day.
Exactly. And we're always thinking about the next thing. But bro, that's just being human.
Yeah.
Always the next thing. Let me put these back. What's it?
So give me a quick recap of the journey.
I started running, bro. I don't know about you, but I had not ran. I'm not a cardio person, not at all. In high school growing up, I did swimming. So if anything, I was a swimmer. But then after high school, stopped swimming, started gymming, and never did cardio ever again. So I probably hadn't ran in 10 years, like full sprint.
Wow.
And then started 75 hard, started running, and quickly saw improvements and quickly improved. I read David Goggins' book. That kind of got me hype. As I read that book, I'd ran my first 10K and I was like, I was so hyped and motivated. I was like, fuck it, I'm signing up for an ultra marathon. Bro, the stereotypical bro thing ever. Reads David Goggins and signs up for an ultra marathon. Anyway, it started a running plan. It was 16 weeks, running 3 times, and like slowly pyramided up. And the Ironman, not the Ironman, the ultra marathon that I did, all of their marketing materials was like fire trails. So it was like, it was still kind of flat like roads, but in the bush, and I thought there'd be a few rolling hills. Bro, this was like, we call it bush bashing in Australia. We had to go through rivers, like pretty much up to knee high during the race. So you would go through it, your feet would be completely wet, your socks would be completely wet, then you'd have to keep running. There are points in the track where you'd essentially have to rock climb over shit. It was like there were some places the terrain was fucked up. There was so much elevation. One thing that I'm proud of, my fastest kilometer was kilometer 43. So as soon as we ran the marathon, which is 42, my fastest kilometer after that was 43. The total thing was 52 Ks. And I ran it with my sister's fiance, soon to be husband. He did well as well. And yeah, we got it done. Out of 200 people, 40 of them did not finish. The course was that hard. Wow. Yeah. Anyway, glad I did it. I will not be signing up for another one.
You will not, right?
Hell no, bro. It was like, in retro, I'm glad. It's one of those things. I'm glad I've done it, but it's like the tattoo, which I'm actually going to get a laser session on after this. It's like, I'm glad I've done it so I know the experience. Nothing about the experience makes me want to do it again. It's like, I'm glad that's part of my human experience, but I don't want to do it again.
Wait, you have a tattoo? I never knew that.
I'm sure I've told you that.
No,
I in Thailand. Really?
Oh, I don't think it's you, right? Is it? Who?
It's here. It's like up on my upper quad. It's a little apple pie.
Oh, I did not know that. I never knew that.
You didn't know that?
Never.
Fuck.
Why did you get there?
Good question. I'll give you the quick story. Me and my family would go to Phuket almost every year growing up.
Yeah.
Your video just unfroze. And this was maybe 3 years ago. And on our family trip, we went, but two of my sister's boyfriends came as well.
Mm-hmm.
This was when I was like This was the year before I started digital nomading. So the year,
Yeah.
2 years before we met.
Yeah.
And I was super bored. It's like I've been traveling a bit solo. Like,
Yeah.
you know what a family trip would be like versus like going by yourself or going with your friends.
Yeah.
Anyway, one night, you remember Bangla Road?
Yeah.
One night, me and my sister's fiance went out, and he has like a bunch of small tattoos, and we played a game. This was when I was a bit more into the party phase. We were going to get one drink on the right hand side of every single bar on Bangla, except it was happy hour as well. So we'd order one and would get four. And we were drinking Long Island iced teas as well. And the goal was to make it down all of Bangla, which is like 40 bars.
Well,
It's like some crazy fucking number. Anyway, by the eighth bar, we were smashed. Like we were almost blackout drunk. Like we were going crazy. We were throwing money, like just causing a ruckus. And I don't know how it came up, but we thought it was the funniest idea if we got matching tattoos of an apple pie.
what
A
the
slice of apple. It's like a
Wait, another
apple pie. And then my sister's other boyfriend, who we weren't that close with, somehow met up with us, and he was like, "Yeah, that's hilarious." But he wasn't even drinking, and so all three of us got this
three dudes, right?
three dudes, yeah,
The dumbest shit is ever working.
yeah, got this matching tattoo, and I thought it was funny at the time. The next day, I thought it wasn't so funny. The day after, I was like, "Why the fuck did I do that?" I was like, I wouldn't even get a matching tattoo with one of my boys, let alone like essentially acquaintances.
Yeah, but it's better off being a one night stand. I would have, at least it would have been a good story. But what the fuck?
I know, bro. I know. Anyway, the point of the story is now it's almost removed, and this is from like 2 years ago, but I've been through the full laser process of removing it because my sister and her boyfriend immediately after that trip broke up. So I have a matching tattoo with my sister's fiance, and then some random guy that isn't even like I'd never even see him anymore.
But that's the dumbest shit of this year I've heard, honestly.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb. But the reason I don't regret it is the process of getting it removed has been super interesting. I met the business owner, and he's like a killer. He has like 12 locations across the street, and he's a young guy as well, maybe a little bit older than us.
Yeah.
The process of getting it removed is cool as well. And the other thing is, you can't speak about a subject until you've done it. So when I tell other people getting tattoos is stupid as fuck, I can say that because I have one. I have the full experience of getting one and getting it removed. Whereas if you don't have one and you're like, it's stupid as fuck, it's like, well, you don't actually know. You know what I mean? You don't have the lived experience of getting one. Of course, you can say it and you can predict it, but
How do you know drug is bad?
exactly, you don't. And now it's the same thing with the marathon. When someone says they've ran a marathon, and I'm like, running a marathon is kind of stupid as fuck. I know because I've ran a marathon. Do you know?
Look at you. It's the typical backward rationalization. You always find something out of it, bro. You always learn something. You always never regret about it. Always an essential part of your life experience. Always. Not a single exception.
That's a good catch. Anyway, enough about me. I want a full Stanford recap. And are you still in New York? And how is
Yeah.
New York?
I'm in New York. I just got here yesterday, so it was nice to
Start at the beginning. Start with San Fran, how San Fran was, best part, worst part, what you learned, and then go New York, why you're in New York, how long you'll stay in New York, what it's been like, and then future plans after New York.
Thank you very much for inviting me onto your podcast. It's a great pleasure as well. So, ISEF, I just have a lot of bullet points. I just go ramble. It is still, as of now, 2025, the startup mecca of the United States. It has the most concentrated concentration of talents, smart young people in USA. So, and however, the commercial spaces, the like shopping centers, they're all dead. All the shops, like commercial, they cannot be rezoned into residential, so they're just empty. Because in California, you can steal up to $975 without being charged, like basically no penalty at all. So people just shoplift those places into bankruptcy. And yeah, of all the meetups, current houses, incubators, startups, centers, programs, when I see the demographics are basically 30% Chinese, 30% Indian, and 30% white. Of course, I'm being a little loose because Chinese I refer to Japanese, Taiwanese, and Korean. Indians include those Muslim, Pakistani, the similar tribe, and the white could be people smart, young from European ones. Are you keeping a gigantic cricket pet in your room?
I thought that's coming from your house.
No way. I live in the city. Earlier it was there. Then it went away.
Let me, because I can hear that too. Wait, you just muted and it went away.
Oh, was it me?
Wait, what might be happening is it might be getting your sound and then feeding it to my mic, and then some feedback loop slowly starts and it slowly gets worse. Let me put this back here.
If my audio or video is still choppy, that wouldn't be the internet, because now I'm at home. We have the fastest ever Verizon package. And internet speed is 300 megabyte per second, and the delay, I don't know how you measure it, but it's like 14, 15 delay.
Yeah, no, it's very good, and it's gone now. So we'll just have to mute Mike every now and then, maybe.
But why is that? Do you think it's a glitch from Riverside?
No, I think it's when you speak, because we're both on our computer speaker. When I speak,
You're my echoing, right?
and it slowly builds up over time. So you just mute it, you cut that feedback loop. So did you find anyone doing cool stuff in San Fran?
Yes, I did.
The San Fran.
Yeah, so there are these hackathons, and I met two really, they're high schoolers, but they're like the winners of they're basically Loki geniuses of programming. And one of them is, I don't know who said this, but you need to find, if you want to find a good technical co-founder, right, you want to find somebody on the spectrum. So basically this kid, you can visibly see he's like Elon Musk, right?
Yeah.
He speaks super fast, very long pauses, tweaks, and he basically his eye contact is just drifting. You can see he's trying to find higher, more stimulant things to stimulate his brain, something. Yeah. Also, that's why all the best salesmen in the world, like those cars, real estate, whatever, they all have one disease, dyslexia. You're not able to read, you can just not read text. Oh, it's a pro and con, I guess.
But when you went to San Fran, were you wanting to start a startup? Were you wanting to join a startup? Did you just want to meet new people?
I just want to visit the city as a tourist, honestly. Yeah. I've never been there, just want to check it out. Yeah, it's a nice experience. Yeah.
Will you be going back there anytime soon, or are you like, I've seen it, I'm good?
Probably not. But let's talk about the digital, solo entrepreneurship later. I'm saving that part. So on my last day, there was this very big so basically there's this program of 6-week accelerator program, and a lot of young people, like 2,000 people, investors, founders, VC, venture capital, all those people showed up, and apparently some people are very famous. Either just build a unicorn or have a YouTube of tech channel of 400, 500K subs, and you could see the conclusion you told me a little bit back ago. Very true, very valid. This fame trumps wealth. You could be worth $1 million but famous, or $100 million but not so famous. Guess which people swarm to?
Dude, yeah.
Just take selfies.
And
Huh?
like, it's so, once you're aware of that dynamic, it's so noticeable in social settings, because it's not often you're in a social setting where there's rich people and there's famous people or people with clout or whatever, but when you are, it's so obvious.
Yeah. I saw those people trying to take, hey, can we take selfie? And of course the guy was super nice. All those guys are very nice. But I was thinking to myself, those are really simpy, bro. What am I gonna do with a selfie? The subcontext is, look, who am I hanging out with? So therefore, I must not be bad as well. It's so weak. So I didn't do that. I just probably shake their hand. Hey, man, lots of respect. Great work. Just nod and leave.
Well, bro, here's the other thing. It's you need to understand what domain you're If I took a photo with Michael Saylor and then I'm showing a bunch of girls, or I'm subtly portraying it, They don't know who the fuck that is. They don't give a fuck. They have no idea who Michael Saylor is. So it's like, even taking a photo with someone, it's like, let's say you took a photo with these tech guys that have a few 100K on YouTube. No one fucking knows that besides for other tech guys. Yeah. Like, if you showed it to me, I'd be like, who the fuck is that? Like, I don't know that. So yeah, it's so domain specific as well. Bro, that's why you have to realize what your strengths are and then operate in that domain as much as possible. Because if you are in a domain that you're naturally bad at, and that you get status from, you'll never be on that level. Anyway, let's jump to New York if you're done with San Fran. How's NY?
New York is good. Because I want to go in monk mode for a month, and yeah, I have so much backed up work, and I just want to stay here because I don't have to go out to shop or anything. Buying groceries, I don't have to leave the room at all. So my plan is just to leave the room every other day, get some fresh air. That's it. The banner of sun is out.
Nice. Is it it's summer there, so it's like decent weather.
Yeah, it's the weather's nice, but it's irrelevant to me.
How's the dating in San Fran or NY? Or
it's 90% males, so it doesn't exist.
Yeah. Interesting. And you have no like immediate future plans?
No, I'm gonna stay in New York for a little bit for sure. If I were to go somewhere, the ticket to Medellin of Colombia is $100, or to whatever Virgin Islands, like the Caribbean island, is like $130. Of course, it's the budget airline. You cannot bring a carry-on, just backpack, but that's what I need. But why? I don't see myself doing that.
Yeah. Interesting. So you have open playbook, I guess.
Yes. And I cannot wait for you to go to Bali next week, next Monday.
I didn't even know that.
I have access to your Gmail, and I looked up it.
He literally booked it like 12 hours ago. I didn't even have it booked, and it's for next Monday. Yeah. And I hadn't told anyone yet. I told you guys Bali, but you know the exact date.
Oh shit! Am I supposed to not say that?
Bro, I'm excited as well because I think I'm gonna be let down by it, or at least I know if my expectations are really high, I'm gonna be let down no matter what. So my expectations, I'm expecting it to not be as good as Thailand, for it to be super busy, a ton of traffic. So if it is better than that, then I'll just be happily surprised. But like, my expectations are on the floor.
Okay, interesting. All right, since you're going back to Sydney the end of this month, so our next September's podcast could be like your Bali review.
True.
Which will be amazing.
You've been to Bali. This was my game plan. I was going to do half the time in Canggu, which seems to be the digital nomad hotspot, up busy. But that's where Peter Levels used to abode. And then I'll do half the time in Uluwatu, which seems a bit more like beachy, like less busy. It sounds like Naihan, but
interesting. All right. Since we're already talking about the beach, I have this bullet point I wrote down. So I think our upbringing decided a decent preference of decent factor of our preferences for either beach or city. As you know, you're more like a beach person. I'm way more skyscraper, concrete jungle person. And to be frank, I don't even like beach that much. I don't find myself enjoy it, as crazy as it sounds. It's nice for a short time, but no means I want to live beside a beach.
Bro, what you just said, I could say verbatim for a city.
That's not crazy.
I don't mind visiting for a while, but like, I could never see myself living in a city. It depresses the absolute fuck out of me. One of the key things I've always wanted it to be is to be like 30 seconds, 1 minute away from a beach. Like, that puts my quality of life so high.
That's crazy.
Are there something about being in the sun, being in the yeah. I don't know, maybe living in Australia is always like the highlight of your week, of your month, is when you go to the beach. I've never lived in a city. The longest time was when we were in Bangkok for like 3 months. But what Peter Level said, that tweet I sent to you, is 100% true.
Okay, so you want to like do a quick 15-second recap of his tweet, and I will give you my opinion, so in the future we can have a context.
Okay, his essential concept was, if you're a single guy, you need to go to a city to date, because if you look at the mathematics of it, 50% of the people are going to be women, then 10% of them are going to be in your age range, only 5% of them are going to be single, 1% of them are going to be interested in you, you're going to be interested in another 1% of them. So if you break down the numbers, there's only going to be, out of 100,000 people, 10 people that you could actually date. So to find those people, you need to go to high population density areas, which has to be the city.
Did you see that he commented on the post himself? He said, "This is why gay guys love cities." By the way.
Yeah, because the numbers work out, and I 100% agree with that. I think he's correct there, and
I'm not.
it's the only reason to live in a city.
I beg to differ a little because you both, I know that wasn't really the case, because if you go out to a nightclub, we find loads of girls that we become attracted, and we just could how can I explain it? To me it feels like a mental math trick, one of those earlier, like a decade ago, people always calculate, hey, if you spend every weekend with your parent, then that means like 1 hour this week, this many hours this month, and this many hours this year. That means you will have 185 hours left to spend with your parents until they pass away. But it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, yeah. I agree that his math, like, you can argue with the math and be like, that's completely off, but the concept is correct. It's like, if you were single and want your high,
Oh yes, that is true.
find someone, go to a city, but you are,
Totally.
unless you are destroying your quality of life to optimize for something else. Because, dude, traffic, it's normally dirty. Cities are more dangerous. Like, there's a lot of living in a city. But there are upsides, which is like flow of people.
That's why I love cities, right? Not only for the potential mates, for any niche hobby. Let's say if you want to sing a cappella for some reason, or opera, guess what? You easily find a group of 25, 30 people.
Exactly. The cool thing about living in Bangkok, and I really enjoyed the second half when we moved away from Life of Soak. And remember when we went go-karting and we were in that area?
Yeah, I remember.
Like near a university. There was just so much activities, so many restaurants, so many cafes, rooftop bars. It was like there was infinite things to do in like a 5-minute radius from where we were in. That is cool. And that's one of the things, although I love living in Naihan Rawai, it's like you do everything in a week. Like you've done literally everything you can do. You've done it in a week. The lifestyle is sick because you can go to the beach and there's this and that, but it's like, I had met essentially everyone in the circle, and there was in low season, there was no new people flowing through. And it was like, this is driving me a bit crazy. I want to like meet other people. I want like more novelty. Yeah. What comes back to, what are you optimizing for the current minute?
Very true, bro. So many, like our life is divided by chapters, like seasons, not technically the number of years,
100%.
numerical number. Very true. This concept was it taught to me by Hormozy. He always say this season.
Yeah. Bro, and I think it's very important to make that clear to yourself. Like, what is your number one? What are you optimizing for right now? Because if you don't focus on it, you'll have like 4 different things that you're optimizing for, and you won't get any of them. You'll like kind of float between them and like not really make progress anywhere. It's something I've found coming back. It's like, I'm not really optimizing for anything right now. It's like, sometimes I'm working hard on money. Sometimes I'm working hard on fitness. And I'm like, I'm not really making progress anywhere. In Thailand, it was very much, I'm optimizing for fitness and social media. And I crushed both of those.
Sure.
Now that I've come back, I'm not really crushing anything.
For the city topic, that's why both Sempar and Shampuri, they like strive when they were younger in their 20s in San Fran, but now they're older. They said all they want to do is just spend with family and friends, and like only a handful of friends and their children. That's why they moved out somewhere with a bigger space, bigger room.
Yeah. I mean, by that logic, we should be in a city right now. I mean, you are in a city.
Yeah. If I were to leave, I would go to a city. Unless, let's say, I go bankrupt, heartbroken, so I'm going through some trauma, yeah, I will go recluse for a bit. But for now, city is still the best. My best bet.
Dude, life is tough. It's tough to answer those 3 questions, which are, where do you live? What do you do?
Whom do you want to spend life with, right?
Yeah. And those 3 questions are so simple, but it's like, you'll spend your whole life answering those 3 questions.
It's the equivalent to the philosophical question of who am I, where am I from, where am I going.
Yeah, it's true. It's like you deciding those things.
I got some quick ones and some big ones. Which one you want to do?
Wait, before we move on from this travel thing,
Yeah.
I will 100%. One of my close friends is getting married in Poland in July of next year. So I will 100% be in Europe if you want to do something in Europe, a Europe summer next year. If we want to do a
Yeah, let's see. But both you and I have a pretty high degree of freedom, so let's see.
yeah, we could do something long before that.
Yeah. All right. Small topics or a big one?
I've 20 minutes total before I have to go to this laser thing. So let's tackle some big ones and then hit some small ones.
Yo, bro, we spent so much time trying to schedule it. Just show up to your laser a little late. I promise there will be some good shit for today's topic.
I mean, I can speak on the way there. That'll give us another 20.
Like a holding in the car.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll switch to phone mode.
All right. So, for your IG, have you yet break even?
No.
Have you public disclosed how much you're paying for each video? It's okay. We don't have to.
It's I only paid 20 USD per edit, which is fuck all. Wait, no, I was paying 15 USD. As soon as a editor gets a reel that gets over 1 million, I bump their base rate up to 20 USD, and then I pay bonuses based off how many views they get. If it gets over 100,000 views, I pay them another 20 USD. If it gets I pay another 10 USD, so a 50% bonus. If it gets over 1 million, I pay a 30 USD bonus.
Do you know what's Douyin? It's the Chinese TikTok. So TikTok first there's Douyin, then there's. I want to show you something. Can you see? And it falls in here. All the comments. Somebody basically just put subtitles. I did not actively look for this. It was popped up on my offline videos. So in Chinese, you could download it when you get bored in the airplane. And I found this one.
What the hell?
So
what did the comments say? Are they roasting me?
No. So they call this job just moving around. For example, they will just get Mr. Beats video and put subtitles.
Yeah.
So this guy, he got like 28 videos, mostly from American world. Fitness, put subtitles, and out of those 28 videos, yours is the most popular one. So you got 270,000 likes.
What? That's crazy. Let's go.
And this is
if you wake up in the middle of the night and you can't fall back asleep.
So that's the second most popular. You get the gist. So I just find that crazy. I have no idea how possible it is for me to discover. We're in a simulation, bro.
Yeah, bro. The Instagram thing is cool. I've lost a lot of passion for it. I think I'm gonna take like a month break from posting at all. Because 2 reasons. I'm so focused on this AI stuff and I've become a lot more money focused. I want to get those, like I showed you the HeyGen avatar stuff. I'm setting up teams to completely outsource everything I'm doing right now. The second thing is I'm not as locked in as I was in Thailand. So I kind of feel like a fraud talking about this like discipline motivation stuff. Cause right now, I'm just working. I'm not working out as much. I'm not eating as clean. So I kind of feel like a fraud. The third thing, I haven't monetized it yet. So it's just a money sink. And the other thing is like, I have 137,000 followers.
It's really slowed down, didn't it?
Not crazy. Maybe I am getting 1,000 every 3 days or something. But it's like, what's the difference between 130,000 followers and 180,000 followers? It's like,
yeah,
they're both impressive to a normal person, which is like, it's like I've kind of lost what the goal was. The initial goal was to get big on Instagram and to have a big account, and I've achieved that. And until I monetize it or work out what I want to do with it, it's like if I had an app like the fucking 75 hard app, maybe I'd start pushing that hard. So yeah, I think I'm going to pause it for the time being. Maybe do like 1 reel a week. I don't know.
Yeah, fair. Especially like your audience is 98% male, I'll say.
Let me try. Yeah, but probably like 95%, something like that.
Like, tell me,
the chicks that I do get DMs from or like attention from, they're not in my immediate vicinity. So it's like,
yeah,
what am I gonna do?
When Dan Bilzerian was at the peak of his IG days and one phenomenon he noticed is that all those girls that want to be in his stories, his posts, all want one thing. Guess what is that?
A tag.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My hypothesis is that so they can gain a huge amount of followers because women have this insatiable desire to be noticed and seen. It's like garnering attention is in their like genetics because their general role is to getting picked instead of like approaching the males.
Yeah, true. It actually hasn't slowed down. I'm gaining 1,000 followers a day. That's a graph,
Oh, sweet.
which is actually fucking crazy. It's 92% men, 7.5% women, which is actually not too bad. 7.5% of 138,000? I think that's like
Yeah.
10,500.
And among them, I'll say 50% are MILFs, being aunties, grandmas lusting over your body, bro.
Dude, that's the other thing. I've put on a few kilos since being back in Sydney. So it's like, my Instagram makes me feel like shit because I look so much better on Instagram. I feel like a catfish as well. What would you do with my Instagram right now if you had that momentum? Like, would you sell a product? Like, what would you do?
I don't know. It's not really worth destroying your reputation for the sake of money, for sure. But I wouldn't know like what to sell yet. I haven't really thought about it.
Well, what would you? Yeah.
If you sell a course, sell whatever supplements, you get huge amount of hate for sure. People will start calling you a sellout.
I really want to release an info product. Here's my like current-ish plan is if I can launch. So our crypto, you've seen our crypto nutshell YouTube. It's like we put all our podcasts on it. If I can do the AI avatar thing and I can scale that back up to 10,000 a month, I would feel 100% comfortable pushing a course on how to do YouTube completely AI, because I think it combines, like, dude, I don't know if you've read the blog by Sam Altman, and he's like, you want to get on exponential curves.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not going to be part of OpenAI. I'm not going to be part of fucking any of these AI companies, but how can I somehow be a part of the AI stuff with my current skills and knowledge? My current skills and knowledge is content creation and making money via content creation. I could come from it with a AI way. Anyway, that's my
very true. Just look at Iman Ghazi and all those Sebastian, whatever, drop shipping gurus. All of them like probably made 1x the money on their drop shipping. As soon as they're profitable, their most lucrative way to make money is teach others how to drop ship. That's how they get their 100x, 1,000x. The method, the lucrative is not the hustle. It's the method of teaching others of the hassle. Day trading, FBA, TikTok shop, whatever. It's all in the money of teaching.
Correct, bro. 100% correct. And I have the receipts. Jamie Tree has done almost 1 million revenue. So it's like, and that's a complete AI faces channel. If I then have a AI avatar channel that I can scale to 10K, it's like, I don't think I need more proof than that.
Yeah, I totally support that.
Anyway, that's my current thoughts.
All right, let's move on fast. Okay, so do you know Matthew Hussey?
The dating guy, yeah.
Yes, imagine his target audience is the opposite of yours. He's about 99% young, like partner-seeking females. Imagine you have that audience.
Yeah, that's true. Here's the thing though, it's like you can try and build a personal brand, but like people like me and you can't build a personal brand to chicks because we can't say the things that they'd want to follow, if that makes sense. But because we want to talk about money, we want to talk about getting shit, like we want to talk about very masculine things. Chicks don't want to listen to that stuff.
Yeah, I listened a little bit to this Matthew Hussey guy. He's very right, actually. He preached a lot of things like there's no one, there's no special, and also you need to take up your responsibility. Like, it's not all guys must give everything to you. I find very ground and based.
Damn, that's what he does. Yeah, but he doesn't preach the boss, bitch.
Yeah, he doesn't do. All right. So back to this Rise app we earlier talked about in the chat, including.
Oh, nothing. I like it.
Yeah. Rank also a lot of ranked bodybuilding, ranked ways to do your chores, daily room cleaning and shit like that. Whatever gamified way to do daily tasks. So guess what? All of those now it already has a name. Guess what it is, which is very good.
like what they all
All right. Do you know what SaaS stand for?
service as a
Software as a service. So basically, all those batch of new products based on AI vibe coding, I call discipline as a product. So you need someone to discipline you on a day-to-day basis, and they just sell it as a product. Do you know Sam Parr always used, and also Shampuri, they use this website called My Body Tutor. Basically, a real human checks in with you every week to like just to give you accountability. That's it, nothing more.
do you remember that? Yeah.
And that's a very successful multi-million dollar business, whatever.
Bro, well, the reason I really like that app is because I'm living proof that something as stupid as having a daily checklist and being like, you decision fatigue is such a real thing. And if you have, I need to complete all these things today, and it's like 4 hours of deep work. I need to make my bed. I need to work out for 45 minutes. We'll be so much more productive. And then if you can gamify it to like satisfy your TikTok brain, it is something big there. And that app proves it.
Yeah. The AI application that I found, hopefully I can build with my like more tech CTO tech focused founders, are like AI that helps you build real estate, because as of now, it's still very like outdated, very traditional. Although it was Zillow, Redfin, they're like from 10 years ago. Imagine you just talk your way instead of the manual search for yourself. So you don't need an agent. So we hopefully something we can build. We're still ideating, very, very far away. What do you think?
Wait, so what is the concept? An app that you can, like Zillow?
So now if you, that replaces Zero. So it's only chat only. Instead of looking, hey, on this neighborhood, this price range, close to this park, you just talk to it instead of like look for all the functions within the website itself.
And the only thing that would scare me of doing something like that is like, what stops Zillow from implementing a feature like that and then just completely destroying the concept, you know? Like they introduce their voice mode where it's like you just speak to it.
Well, it's completely two different business models. We can dive deeper, but I want to really keep it brief. You know, for Zillow and Redfin, how they make money?
Do they take a cut if you eventually?
Oh, no. It's the
the
exact different way as you would think. Yes, tell me.
is it the sellers pay to promote, like go higher on the page?
No. But they're getting closer. They make zero money from buyers. They make zero money from sellers. They make basically 100% of their profit from advertisement space for real estate agents that their target audiences. So we figured probably we could like upfill this entire industry's business model by just like charge nobody but the bank. So when bank give out mortgages, loans, they make a huge chunk of money. These could be our consumers. So it's a completely different business model.
Yeah, I like that better. The logistics of starting something like that.
Yeah, very mindful.
Yeah.
I want to take a risk, you know, it would hurt in my 20s. But this, we're talking about $1 billion exits, 100 million at least.
100%. Yeah.
Because houses are basically what people buy, the most expensive item they'll ever buy in their life. And when it's a high price tag unit, you can make a lot of money on that.
No, I do like that. It would just be a motherfuck to get off the ground.
Yeah, it's a flywheel problem like any social media app. You need the seller, the buyer. You're not a buyer, you're not a seller. You're not a seller.
Yeah. It's like a social media platform.
You ready to move on next one?
Yeah.
So one trick I notice if I'm tired of work, right? Just change my posture. Standing, laying, sitting, go sit on the stairs or in the kitchen, whatever. And I know that has helped me. What's your like productivity like hack?
I'll show you. This one I got off Formosi and it works really well.
Nose strip?
Oh, I literally
Pomodoro timer, 25 minutes.
It's just like I will work for 50 minutes, or I think this task will take me 50 minutes, and I'll put it right next to my computer. And it's like when you think you're like the biggest productivity interrupt is when you like click across and you start scrolling Instagram, or you check your messages, or you check your WhatsApp or something. And it's like with the timer there, it's like you never do that because you can just see the time ticking down. So that's my biggest hack.
Interesting. I noticed has been an uprise of physical goods in the time of digital. It's like a block. You put it on your refrigerator. You need to tap your phone in order to unlock it. Yeah, it's very interesting. Like technically, you can unlock everything on your phone. You could just set a timer on your phone, but people need that physical thing they can feel and touch to grab.
It's room.
Very interesting.
So true.
All right. Next thing is the best predictor of whether a marriage will fail is how. Finish the sentence.
I don't think this is where you're going, but from what I've read, it's when a couple there's some phrase, it's called they give up like offerings. So it's like, let's say you had a man and a woman in a room, and the chick is like, oh, look at that cool bird outside. If the guy doesn't respond to that, that's a huge predictor that the marriage is gonna fail. Is like they're like offerings of, I don't know, conversations, or
Yeah.
and if they like, you can slightly shut it down or not shut it down. But if the guy's like, he looks
Fighting.
cool,
Yeah.
bro.
Nice try, but it's too subjective. You know, I'm a numbers guy. I love data science. The more objective answer is the single biggest factor, right? The single biggest one, like the way that much bigger, can tell the sign is how many sexual partners the female has had in the past. Period. If she's like Amish or whatever Christian, like virgin wife versus a hoe from the 6th Street on Miami, you get the picture. Just
I mean, well, it just makes logical sense. There is that relationship with men as well. It's not as strong, but it's still there.
all right. So recently I went down the rabbit hole of analyzing the billionaire. He's like a 30-something-year-old Indian descendant. He has this website called Built. Basically allows you to use your monthly rent payment as a method to build credit. And once you have those credit, it affects your every single consumer aspect. What do you think?
Wait, say that again. I was just I'm gonna switch to my phone mode because I need to start driving to the thing in 2 minutes. So it looks like your credit, and then it does.
Well, let's finish at the 1 hour 60 minutes mark. So 13 minutes from here. I'll let you go.
No, bro, my appointment starts in 20 minutes. It's a 20-minute drive, but I can talk while going there.
Just show up a little late. Okay, I'll let you switch.
Bro, the switch will work, and we'll get some. Have you ever done it from your phone?
No, I've not.
The app is pretty good.
Let's try that. Should I pause the recording or keep rolling? That's what she said.
I've heard that too many times. Bro.
Never gets old, bro. Just give him a call. Tell him you'll be like 10 minutes late. It wouldn't hurt nobody.
No, it's not like.
It's not Germany, bro. You don't have to show up on the dot.
No, it is, because if you don't get in, they just get the next person, and then you lose your spot, and then you
Then you take you another week to get your tattoo. Pancake move. Oh my god.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Let me leave there. That's actually not too bad. Is the audio scuffed, or it's okay?
It's like you are a IRL live streamer now.
Is the audio okay, or it's bad?
The video is basically like 8-bit, but the audio is always prioritized. So I hope at least the local recording you up later up to cloud is good. But go get in a car, man. Let's you get start driving first.
Baby, go, boy.
How to get tattoo removal?
Hey, what can we get work for?
I'm in a call.
I need the car because mom's got the other car. I need to be dropped at work.
One sec. Eugene, can you do this call tomorrow? My sister needs to get taken somewhere.
Sure.
I can either do it.
Unless you want your sister to take over the role. Let your sister drive. How is she?
No, because there's only one car left. My dad and mom have taken. There's no cars left. We can either do this in 40 minutes if you're free then, or if it's too late and times. I can do it again tomorrow. I'm free like all the days before Bali.
All right. Will you be home in 40 minutes or somewhere else?
Yeah, I'll be home in 40 minutes.
All right. Let's try.
Pick it up then.
Nope. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Sorry, bro. Didn't realize. I will be in 40. It's seated.
Yeah.
All right. Peace. Done. Dude, you were saying about the billionaire, the Indian billionaire.
Yeah.
And
So
credit thing.
he did this, which is super cool. The hardest part about this whole genre is he needs to persuade the politicians in Washington D.C. to allow him to use the rent records to be seen as a credit building behavior. So I was wondering, how did he do that? He was only bragging about 16 months of hard work and everything, but it turned out his dad is a billionaire. I was like, oh,
That's kind of a cheat code.
so actually his dad was even more impressive. Well, he has an Indian accent, but I really enjoyed him talking. He believes in capitalism. He was like, all those billionaires, they made themselves feel good. But oh, look, I built 10 schools this year. But that's stupid. You need to give out tablets to children so you can have like help millions of people. Why you need a physical school? He was thinking outside of the box.
Yeah. Dude, side point off that point. Indian people get a really bad rep on Twitter and online, and like people like it's a worse spawn point and whatever. I strongly disagree with that. And of all the races that I've worked with, it's the Indian guys that hustle harder than anyone, bro. Like there is some work ethic that is imbued into their culture that is like ungodly compared to other cultures.
Yes. When I was in like university, I have this physics professor who has a very heavy Indian accent, and I hated it. And for this accent thing, it's not the accent itself, right? Because French accent could be hard to understand as well, but it's the underlying culture context that we infer. Do you know that the scammer called "Do not redeem the gift card"?
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but I think it gets yeah, I don't know, because like stereotypes don't come from nowhere, and it's like if you travel to India, I imagine it is somewhat dangerous. There are lots of dirty areas, etc., etc. But just speaking on the work ethic of the people I've come into contact with, it's like ungodly, bro. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah. All right. For the next one, I want to glaze you a little. So you have this personality of anti-stubbornness. You know, it's the humbleness to change your opinion when new evidence submerge themselves. What I mean by that is instead of keep defending your opinion like it's attached to your personal identity, like the blue people, you said, oh, if new evidence like shown themselves, I could be wrong. I would admit that, and that's a really good attribute. I admire you.
Thank you. I love a little good glaze. To comment on that, I didn't used to be like that a few years ago, and I used to have extremely strong opinions on things. But I think as I've gotten older and those strong opinions have either diluted or completely changed, you start to realize that actually none of your opinions should be strong. It's like that bell curve. It's like you know a little bit and you think you know everything, and then as you start to realize that you don't know anything. And it's like as you go further up and you start to realize, oh, I actually don't know anything at all. There is no right way to do anything. It's like your opinions start, and I noticed it with a lot of people. I even saw a video of Iman Gadzi, and he was saying a lot of his success has come from luck, and that there's no like correct way to live life and all that stuff. And I was like, that's a very like diluted opinion that he's had before. But I think everyone goes through that transition of like a good one is kids. I used to be like completely anti-kids, and then I was like, no, you have to have kids. And now I'm like, well, there's
that was a crazy change of. I think everybody go through this analogy of, oh, I'm reading books, I'm intaking knowledge, I must know everything. But as the more books you read, the more you realize, oh, I don't know anything,
and it all contradicts each other. And it's like, I really like Hormozy's stance on it. He's very against any should statement. So it's like, you should have kids, you should get married, you should have a 9-to-5. And it's like, like if you go back, it's like, says who?
Yeah.
Who is the should? Yeah. Who is the should? As long as you're not hurting anyone, it's like, should nothing. Like, do whatever. As long as it like you have to come up with your own directional
figure out your own life. For example, like I want a lot of kids. You thought I would go Amish or go Judaism. What's that religion in the Texas?
Mormon?
Yeah, Mormon. Go Mormon, right? But actually, I'm anti-marriage. Albeit of having kids. I forgot it was Charlie Munger or Naval said that you need to be able to have contradicting thoughts in your mind.
Yeah,
that's a way to measure cleverness.
100%. I think you're like that as well, though. I don't think you are stubborn in your like you were steadfast in your opinions.
Oh, except for the God thing.
But dude, as new information comes, I think all opinions are available to be swayed. But yeah,
But we'll debate on that. So because I took a good look back into my life, and I noticed I have been proven wrong many times in my life. When I was a kid, okay, ready for story time? I saw people crossing red lights, traffic lights. I was like, these fucking people, they slow down the entire efficiency of the entire society. Now, every car, when they come to a crosswalk, they need to slow down because some people don't obey the rules. But now I'm grown up. I'm one of those jaywalkers.
yeah, exactly. And that keeps happening as you're older, and then you're just like, damn, I shouldn't hold any belief I have that strongly because it very likely will change.
Yes. And my second story on that is the TikTok. I still remember the TikTok dance days. Oh, I despise these people. I swore against the platform. But what I didn't realize is that instead of forcing you through an intro song, then spend 30 seconds telling you what's already written in the title and they ask you to subscribe or like or blah, blah, blah. Well, they directly give you the gem, the nutritious from the first frame. So I was wrong by that. It's a higher efficient way to filter message. I should look
That
back.
will make them bang as well. Yeah.
And my third story is that I think 2 years ago when I got home from outside, there's a little like a post-it note, but it's or I forgot something on the doorknob, like do not disturb sign. So I read that, interesting, what's that? Guess what? It's a neighborhood chat application. So everybody built in this building will join the same group chat. I was like, wow, this is the best idea ever. I don't need to buy a vacuum cleaner. I could just borrow it. I don't need to buy whatever appliances, like those screws for one time. I can just borrow it.
True.
I thought that's the best marketing, best application of all time. But guess what? They like 25, no, less than 20, 15 people joined the entire chat of our entire building.
Dude, yeah, the problem with getting users, there's probably so many good ideas like that just can't get off the ground because they can't get the initial users to like be big enough to like get network effect.
Mm-hmm. All right. Another thing is, have you looked into like you know how Ozempic reduce your appetite? What if there's something that improves your focus or your attention, like Adderall? Do you know that like a quarter of the med students take Adderall?
Dude, there is a drug like that, and me and Josh were taking it on the Hajan Loop when we were extremely tired. Don't you remember? It's called modafinil.
I've never tried it.
It's like a stimulant, but it works on different. It's not like coffee or Adderall. It works on some different like delivery mechanism, and it makes you razor focus. It's very popular in San Francisco in the entrepreneurship space.
Yes.
Bro, when I took it maybe once or twice, it was the days that like felt really dangerous and we were extremely tired. And I was like, Josh was taking all these stimulants to like be awake on the road, and I was like, give me something, because they barely gave us coffee as well. You don't have coffee, so it wasn't affecting you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, have you seen the movie Limitless?
Of course, many times.
Bro, you would take like half a thing and colors would be a bit more saturated. It was really, really weird. It was like your vision almost changed a bit. And I remember that from the Inception movie, and I was like, of any experience I've had, this is the closest. Obviously, it's nowhere near what the movie portrays. It's almost like the Limitless pill.
You know how now Elon Musk are helping disabled people to like control screens with their mind? It's real. So I really wish there's some kind of drug that can shorten my sleep, because I'm naturally a long sleeper. I sleep a full 9 hours every day. I still remember when I was in those high heights places like 3,000 meters above sea level, I only sleep 6 hours plus a 20-minute nap. Those like 3 hours extra every day, they're life-changing. You can get so much shit done in 3 hours.
Why do you think like the elevation made you sleep less?
I don't know. It could be just a one-time excitement thing. It's not like carefully studied it.
I'm with you, bro. 9 hours 10 last night.
Like, I noticed a trend that really hyper-performing athletes, they sleep a very long time. Roger Federer sleeps like 12 hours a day to recover something.
Yeah. All of them, bro. Charles Leclerc, LeBron James, they all sleep like 10 hours.
Plus naps. That's crazy. Interesting. And they live longer. So you thought they have a shorter life, but actually they live longer.
Yeah, and they're performing better when they're awake. So
I tried to talk with other people. I find very cool people. I think, hey, let's do a monthly thing. And I tried 1 or 2 episodes. Some of them are so bad I don't even want to publish. I just find the chemistry between two people that think alike and can enjoy each other's humor is so hard to find. I don't know. With internet, it's supposed to be so easy to find people like each other, but I just couldn't find another person like you, bro.
yeah, well, even of my 6 closest friends that I grew up with, none of them consume like you. Of all the people I've ever met, our content consumption, I've never met anyone that has such a close link, because it's like, it's not just like entrepreneurship stuff or self-improvement stuff. It's like it covers multiple domains, but it's like, if I've like, even the reels you've sent me, I've normally seen them before. Normally the stuff I've sent you've seen them before.
Yeah.
And then, like, if you send me a podcast, it's like something I genuinely will be interested in. It's really weird. It's really, and super rare, bro. I agree.
Yeah, if I can find 10 friends like you, I'm complete for life. I don't need new friends for the rest of my life, honestly.
There are 10 friends. If we could find 2 more, and they're probably out there, bro. There's probably
AI, bro. Maybe.
maybe it's ChatGPT.
A quick one before we go to the solo entrepreneurship. Do you know the insider trading US politicians are very bad? Warren Buffett gets like 10, 12, 15% a year. Those politicians, 160% every year. They buy the stocks of the pharmaceutical companies they will soon grant licenses to. It's just very bad.
Yeah.
Nancy Pelosi, Katie Wood, they're just insider trading. They're not geniuses.
I mean, bro, it's not. This is why I like Bitcoin and crypto, just because it makes it a bit more, like, it's a bit more less corrupt. It still is corrupt and can be corrupt, but it's less corrupt. That's what I like about it.
What do you think of the new stablecoin thing that the Trump granted? Actually,
That's very big, actually. And stablecoin, bro. Any business and anyone that deals with online money knows how fucked Stripe is, how fucked payment gateways, how fucked dealing with banks are. The fact you can send people stablecoin, stablecoins is like the biggest use case to come out of crypto. The fact I can pay people instantly for like 2 cents, like, that is unbelievably useful. So the stablecoin thing will probably see a lot of money flow to Ethereum. And just the fact that the US government is embracing it, like, it'll bring more institutions, more banks, more like the big money will see crypto as more legitimate.
I have one comment and one question. So for the comment is, did you know that in 2025, all those job shippers, those manufacturers in Europe, their biggest pain points is still in payment. They need to wait 3 to 4 business days, like not even natural days, calendar days, for their payment to go through China and pay to 3 to 5% like bank transfer fee. That's crazy with all those technology. So my question is, those stable coins, they still need to be backed by US dollars. Any institutions that want to issue stablecoin, they still need to like 1-to-1 have the US dollars.
Not necessarily. I know the biggest one, Tether, they have a whole bunch of stuff. They have like Bitcoin, they have government bonds. So in essence, yes. Actually, I don't know. Because banks don't have 1-to-1 like assets to their liabilities outstanding. I don't know if there's fractional reserve banking in the stablecoins. I think there are. And I know they don't have. I know Tether owns a like basket of like a ton of stuff. Like, they buy Bitcoin, a bunch of things. I'm actually curious as to how that works. There's no way.
From my what I read, it is supposed to be like a 1-to-1 reserved. Otherwise, you're not allowed to issue them. In the end, because the U.S. government still want to have the control of the currency.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Solopreneurship. I'm excited for this one.
So, let me give a 2-sentence preface. Or you want to go? Okay, just go.
No, I want to know your 2-sentence preface, because are we debating whether it's the best?
I wouldn't say it's a debate. I'm on the fence about this one. On one side, with all the advancement of AI technology, what I call permissionless era is coming. You don't need to permission from like higher people with authority to start your own business. You can just start, right? The reason why WAP is now paying everyday creators because now instead of like one huge conglomerate or whatever, TV stations have all the distributing power that everyday person have. The other side, Steve Jobs said, if look at the four guys in Beatles, right? They're nothing by themselves, but if you put them together, they're the best band ever. And same for K-pop group, for boys or girls, they always come out as a group. That's how they draw attention, by combining forces. And it comes down to the argument whether if you want 100% of a grape or a slice of the watermelon. Okay, that's my thoughts.
Damn, you make a good argument. And to play devil's advocate, to add to your argument, Y Combinator does not accept solo founders. They only accept 2 or more founders. So they agree by that principle as well. Arguably the best VC fund, what is it called? A startup accelerator, the best in the world, makes you team up with people and have multiple people. So all of that logic does make sense. I'm also arguing from I think the best lifestyle you can have is a solopreneur, digital creator, because you dictate everything yourself. You have no one to answer to. You completely dictate your time, your energy, where you're spent. You dictate your inputs, to a degree, your outputs. And I was thinking about this on the way home. With AI and all this stuff, it's like, it has never been a better time in history to be a high agency solo person, because what you said, it's all permissionless and your leverage rate was gone up by like 1,000x. And like this, the AI avatar thing that I've been working on, it's like, that has just freed up a shitload of my time. And I can now be creating YouTube content constantly at a constant cadence.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we both agree that if you want to build a $1 billion company or a huge company, you have to do it with a team. You have to have multiple people. You have to combine forces. But if you want the best lifestyle, you can 100K a month, a few million a year, you can 100% do that solo. And it's only getting easier. And I think that will give you the best lifestyle, because at any point you can scale it back and be like, whereas once you build a big machine with other people and you answer to other people and you have all these responsibilities, of course you can get it to the point where it's like all outsourced and whatnot, but it's like you are kind of held accountable to other people. So it's like you can't be like, fuck it, I'm going away for 2 months, that kind of thing.
There's this incubator or accelerator called Entrepreneur First. They're based in Europe. They scout talents of, this kid won 5 hackathons. And this kid is actually genius at being controversial. They got all those like teenager or people in their 20s together and put them together and advise them, hey, maybe you should tackle this like energy problem. Oh, maybe you guys could do this recycling problem. They form teams of these excellent people on the spot. I applied. I don't know if I get it or not. It's just a cool way for me to meet people, honestly. I don't think I'll take funding from them, actually.
The only thing I will add to this, which is something to think about, no civilization or country or nation has ever had a dual leadership. It's always one person at the helm. Like a dual leadership model, although it's promoted by things like Y Combinator, no civilization has done a dual leadership. It's always one person, one shot calls, one person is leading the ship. So,
but USA has checks and balances.
That is true. That is true.
But to summarize it all, the word permissionless is amazing. It is also the tenet of the whole blockchain, right? The gist of how blockchain is, you don't want permission from the government to tell you what to do with your money.
Yeah. Final point on the like multiple founder team thing. I think the biggest problem I've had is like growing resentment with the other person. It's like almost that like school project. It's like, well, I'm putting in so much more work than this other person. So it's like you need to find an A player that is as motivated in whatever you're trying to go after as you. And you need to have not overlapping skills. So they're the technical side of things and you're the marketing, like something like that. It's like you can't be doing the same, very true, overlapping things, or you should be doing it by yourself. If your skills are all the same, why are you not doing it solo?
I think finding a co-founder is the equivalence of getting into a marriage. I'll say 50% of them just end up hating each other. Once there's interest involved, people turn into a different person, a beast, a monster, whatever you call it. So many fallout of friendships, become enemies, sworn for life, hate each other. That is true. And the other 50%, of course, they're bonded better. It's a token of a flipping coin.
Well, bro, let's go through the most successful entrepreneurs. They're not duos. Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg fucked over his other co-founders.
Yeah.
Who's the Brian Armstrong, the Coinbase CEO? They had a falling out. It wasn't like a negative falling out, but they started out as a duo at YC and like had a big breakup. So yeah, maybe I don't know.
You know Blake Anderson. He started the Riz GPT.
Yeah,
He had a problem with his co-founder and his better, but until he find his new Cow AI, the better co-founders, it's a trial and error. People don't really do.
like Anderson, I'd listen to like small snippets, but I listened to a few full length podcasts with him. He's much more like high level thinking than I realized. He's super interesting.
Yeah. All right. Next topic. You want to have anything else?
No, I think we covered.
Okay. It comes out. You remember I sent you the Naval looking for people. You want to 妈，你要过来打招呼吗？那个我那个伯克那同学，你要 say my mom?
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, how are you doing?
Hello.
Hello, lovely to see you. Don't be forgiving birth to tough legend. No, tell her this. I see where Eugene gets his good looks from.
Yeah, that's a good one. Or whenever I see Mrs. Curry, oh, I didn't know you have an elder sister.
Classic.
Yeah. Okay, so whether you want to work for Naval and Elon, I beg to differ with you on this one.
Oh, yeah.
For example, the same wrench, right, could be used for SpaceX to build rockets, or it could be used in a farm to build huts. It's the same tool. The same talent could have a million X different result based on where your platform is. For example, you could manage a dozen local restaurants in whatever small town, right? You're at the top of the food chain. But if you manage the Chipotle food chain, you manage that, you affect, I don't know, 10 million people's diet.
Okay, that is true. And let me clarify the point I was making. I think it would be like, I think if you could do it for like 6 months, a year, 2 years, that would be cool. I don't think like spending like 20 years working with them would be that cool. And it comes back to the lifestyle thing. It's like, matter of the lifestyle you'd have to be living.
True.
But dude, the experience of like 6 months, a year.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I think it would just destroy so many beliefs, and it would just be so formative, like operating with someone
Totally.
at those levels. So yeah,
And-
I see both sides.
Actually, I will go so far that I will pay 6 figures to work for these people. Because Musk, he's the best founder of our generation. Naval is probably the best philosopher of our generation.
True.
I need to pay them to study them.
But you're talking like working like with them.
Like for this is for them, I'll say.
So you'd be
But there's zero chance I get in.
pre-workout.
There's zero chance. I'll just shoot my shot.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's like a podcast producers with like a trillion impressions under their belt applying.
Imagine if you got it, that would be crazy.
That'd be hilarious. I'll have a different life arc for sure.
Bro, interestingly, I don't know if you remember the Naval Chris Williamson podcast, but he had he got asked a lot about his insights from the Joe Rogan podcast and previous tweets, and it actually completely switched on what he thought. And a lot of them were extremely insightful. So that dynamic that we said before, it's like you have these strong beliefs and you have these like things, but then you get more information and then it's completely contradictory. And then you're just kind of like, I don't know anything. You see it again and again and again.
Tristan, I haven't noticed that.
I remember a lot of points in that podcast that it was like,
Interesting. I need to pay attention. But still, the Naval and Joe Rogan podcast, their first one is probably, if you ask me, what's the best podcast you've ever listened to, that one comes up top of mind.
100%.
I still remember the day I discovered the short, right? He said, every man has 2 lives. You want to finish it?
Is it?
Every man has 2 lives.
That's not a Naval quote, is it?
That is a Naval quote. Every man has 2 lives.
Is it the...
No way you don't know that. It's so famous.
The quote I'm thinking of is every man dies twice. The day they die and then the day...
You're right. But it starts with every man has 2 lives. The second one begins when you realize there's only one.
Well, that quote, okay. No, the quote I'm thinking of is every man dies twice, once when they die and once when
The people around them forget about.
yeah. That is not a Naval quote, I don't think.
A few weeks ago, I read in Instagram real comment section. So basically, every single person you love, you hate, you know, you don't know, in this comment section will be dead in 100 years. So what are you worrying about?
True, bro. Very true.
Like Queen Elizabeth, right? She was the most powerful in the world. She reigned the globe for 100 countries. Now, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, like, you have not thought about her for once.
Yeah, I was just thinking that when you brought her up, I was like, I haven't thought about it since the last time I heard or saw someone write something like that.
Yeah, she has billions of assets under management, right? She was like royal. Oh, well, whatever.
History books written about her. Yeah.
Last two. So the keyword is sample life. Basically, it concludes what you're doing with the tattoo, what you're doing with the ultra marathon. It all comes down to take a snippet of life to check it out if you like it or not. Don't be so stubborn as to say, oh, I only love this. This is me. This is my identity. Unshakable. I don't want to admit that I'm a fool if I'm proven wrong. So I insist on this forever and ever. You choose carefully what game to play in. All right, you want to take it over?
Yes. And I think this gets imbued into when you live the digital nomad lifestyle, because you want to try a bunch of different places and then you get like a feeling for them, but you have to go deep enough. Like you can't spend a week there. You have to spend a few weeks there, or a month, 2 months, 3 months to get that understanding. And I feel the same with like interests and hobbies and things. That's what I mean about the tattoo. It's like, you need to do it to know. Same thing like with the marathon. Now I know that marathons are my thing. Yeah, that I'm not going to be doing that in the future. Same thing with triathlons. I am not deep enough yet to make the judgment, but I'm leaning towards it's not my thing. But like now I know, and you have that context. And the more things you have like that, like the larger your scope is, I think that's what makes you an interesting / charismatic person to talk to. It's like if I was talking to you and Budapest came up or Hungary came up, you've been there and you've lived there and you have experiences there, that you are a much more charismatic person because of that experience. And extrapolate that out to different life experiences. So swimming, like there's so many different things that you can trial.
Very true. You know, you must. Yeah, sorry.
I'll just finish it that I think it's important to, as you get older, not get stuck in your ways and be like, this is the best thing, because there might be something. Most things you probably won't gel with and won't run with, but it's like, at least you have
exactly
experience. Yeah.
Be open-minded. I agree. The same is not only for the places you choose to live in, albeit being very important. The same is true for food. You mustn't know the people that eat the same food every week, right? It's like a routine.
Oh, true.
Well, why not go for some Asian Thai food you've never tried before? Most likely you will not like it, but what if, what if it's Aroy sushi?
Royce sushi, bro. The thing I'm thinking of is when we went to out in Rawai, and you took me to the seafood market and we tried a whole cookbook, and it was good, but it made me feel really weird. But now I have that. Now I have that knowledge of all the things that we ate, and I know what it's like. I'm probably not going to eat it all the time, but now I have that learned experience that, like, when someone is talking about it or it comes up, you like, yeah.
The same is true for girls, right? Or even guys. Yeah, that's why you never know if you like getting pegged or not.
Yeah, bro, how far do you take it? You've got to experience the full spectrum, bro.
Go see it, bro. Okay, so I got this from Sean Puri. So one very helpful methodology framework to think about what game to play is that before you play the game, right, study the winners. If you don't want their life, don't play their game. So Sean Puri said once when he was in college, he used to be a very aspires, right? Is that a word? Poker player. But he looked at the most successful ones, the one with like 20, $30 million. They play pokers for like 15 hours a day, sitting inside a dark casino with no clock, no hobbies, no jobs, no family, no restaurants, and they look miserable. So if you don't want to look like them, don't do it. If you don't like their life they're living, don't play their game.
Bro, let me dude, I think about these concepts like almost weekly because like bro, studying the winners is such an important thing. Let's talk about the crypto nutshell business model. I think the original goal was to have an exit like Milk Road, but in all of the crypto space, that has only happened one time. And there's hundreds of different crypto newsletters. Only one of them had this crazy weird exit. So the probability of that happening are extremely low. And then of the publications that are making bank, there's probably 2, maybe 3. There's not a lot of them. So the percentage of newsletters to winners is extremely, extremely low and rare. And we didn't think about that before we started. To make it a lifestyle business, probably there's a lot more of that and the probabilities are higher. But this is why info digital products appeals to me a lot more, because there's a ton of people that do info and digital products, but I would say like the top 30% of them are like crushing it. They're doing like 50 to 6 figures plus per month. So it's like, are you going to be the 0.05% that gets this huge exit in a business model? Or can you realistically be in the top 30% of people that do this business model? And that's why info products, I think, appeals to me a lot more, because you look at the winners and the spectrum of winners is way wider in one business model than another business model.
So do you know that real estate is the industry with the most amount of dumb millionaires?
Yeah.
And in contrast, of course, I believe there's some genius out there that reads a weather pattern and day trading their way into like $100 million. But the probability is so low that normal people like us, we shouldn't even look at it. Shouldn't give it even a second of our attention.
Yes, agreed. The only thing with stuff like real estate is, and looking at winners is like, you also have to take into context, like, will the last 40 years repeat over the next 40 years? I don't think so with real estate and things like that, just because things have changed so much. Maybe it will though. Maybe it will.
All right. You have anything else to add? All right. So next thing is, I realize my attention is not the amount of minutes that I'm constrained to every day. It's my focus, my attention is so limited every day. If I dedicate to this, I will be so tired and fatigued to focus on anything else. You know, my IG, earlier this year, before I was in Thailand, I was following 500 people. Now I only follow like 75, and maybe half of them like a business account.
Yeah. Digital decluttering is key. But I think that is a good step. I think an even better step is like putting, like, you don't touch your phone until 2 p.m. or something like that, like completely decluttering. Because bro, everything, like a reel will take your take a little bit of focus, a message, just switching tabs, like all of that will steal that focus that you just talked about. But yeah,
I think this dopamine consumption will forever be a topic, because now with AI, there will soon be personalized movies. Even, have you seen those like apes or gorillas vlogs? AI ones.
Yeah.
They're very good.
They are good. But what you just said, you're following 500 people, and even if you don't consciously recognize that you're like kind of keeping up to track with these random people and their random storylines just from their content and their stories, it's like that takes up a little sliver of your brain power and your subconscious like working. So if you can just completely remove all of that, I think it is beneficial.
Do you know why I can respond to your story so fast every time? Because I mute, like, I don't know, 60% of the people I follow. I just mute their stories and I only see the people that are active.
I actually need to do that. I need to unfollow a bunch of people and mute a bunch of people, because it's like I'm just following and keeping up with people. Oh, dude, you'll know this guy because you've sent me his photos. Random guy followed me and he liked my pics because he's like a runner. Follows me on Instagram, likes my posts. This guy, you know him. I know him because you sent me his.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
Nothing. He just follows me on Instagram.
That's crazy. You follow him on YouTube first, and now he follows you back on IG.
Yeah. Weird.
So one last one before I let you go, man. It's getting really dark here. It's 9 o'clock for me.
Big Apple. What you got?
All right. So let's talk about like hardship, the darkest moments in our lives, how to get over it. So I saw this, like, I still haven't watched the entire 3.5 hour podcast of Bill Ackman, which is my favorite like people to look up to. He said that at a very dark period of his life, he was going through divorce, litigation. His funds lost like $4 billion. His co-founders or like fund partners were like going up against him. It was very dark. one thing that helped him get over that is make progress every day, even a small one. You cannot compare yourself to the mountaintop you used to be, but just compare. Oh, 30 days, okay, a little better. 90 days, oh, okay. That's how you get over it. And that has been the tenet of my entire life. Every day before I go to bed, I make sure I'm a little bit smarter. I learn a little bit more than when I wake up that morning.
What you just said, I think, is the key to getting out of a rut as well. Because I feel like I've, since coming back to Sydney, been in a bit of a rut. I'm not performing as high as I was when I was in Thailand. But it's like, you don't compare yourself back to when you were at your peak and you built up to this like to be crushing it. You compare yourself to the day before and you just get a little momentum. It's like, well, I did this today, which I didn't do yesterday. You take little chunks out of the thing because you can't switch and go back and to being like completely crushing it. Yeah, that's how you get out of a rut. That's how you get out of a dark place. It's like control the controllables.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought of that, but at the end of the day, just there's a finite time for all of us of time on this planet. Let's just try to make the most out of it. At the end of the day, nothing really matters, and I really mean that. Like, you have a great physique, great muscles. Guess what? It's gonna be ashes. I want to travel the world. Okay, you see the 7 wonders of the world. So what, right? So what? Like, nobody will remember you 20 years after you die.
Dude, true. And the quote, "You need to be reminded more than you're told," is so true. Because like, dude, I need to remind myself, like, the stuff that I post and the stuff that I make, no one cares. I need to constantly remind myself, like, genuinely, no one cares about you. No one cares about the content that you're posting. So if it's whatever you're doing, if it gets you closer towards your goal, it's like, you need to constantly remind yourself, you're going to die and no one gives a fuck. Like, genuinely, no one cares. And I think those two things are the hardest lessons to properly internalize because it's so baked into human nature to constantly be thinking that everything is bigger and more meaningful than it is. But it's so incredibly freeing when you remind yourself that.
When we're babies, we're children. We think we are the center of the world. But the older we get, the more we realize, no, actually, I'm just NPC.
Yeah. I think that's a good place to end it, bro. This was a good one. I enjoyed it.
Actually, this is the only pod that I talked more than you, which is not so proud on my part. I strive to be the lesser talker.
Why?
Because all our previous 29 podcasts, this is the 30, by the way. Like, I look at the colored graphs, like who talks more. I make sure I talk 40% and you talk 60%.
Wow, that's not good for me. Next podcast is just us going to be silently looking at each other. Bro, we met last year, right?
Yeah.
That is crazy to me because it feels like we've known each other like 5 years.
So should we get in the bed now?
Yeah. No, I think it's a testament to, I think we both live very, because we're always going to new places, a lot of novel experiences. We've done a lot of things in the short year that we've known each other. And we're constantly, bro, a good example, my 5 like close friends that I've seen them once since being back in Sydney, and the last time I saw them was in January. So that's one time in a 6-month period. Me and you in a 12-month period have had at minimum 30 hour plus touch points. So that's 15x more than my like close friendship group in Australia. So it's like we've done 15 years. Does that make sense?
Yeah, if we join the army and kill somebody and whichever's leg getting blown off, we'll be bonded for life.
Yeah, we would.
All right. So I'll see you in September after your trip in Bali and Canggu.
And where will you be? Still in New York, you think?
It's in New York, the same room, same setup, same everything. What's your plan this month besides checking out the Indonesia scene?
So this week I am automating a lot of Jamie Tree. I've still kind of been in. I've been like scheduling videos, doing titles, doing thumbnails. That I've hired someone. It's completely out of my hands now. The second part is getting the flywheel of Crypto Nutshell, the AI videos going up. So goal is to get 1 per day, but need to go through different editors. So they're my 2 like work goals. Fitness goals is I'm doing a lot of cardio, getting ready for the first half Ironman. And then goal for Bali is I just want to get the vibe of it. I want to go to run clubs. I want to go to digital nomad meetups. I want to check out the
Yeah.
Like I want to see the type of people that are there, get the vibe of the place, and be like, could I spend 6 months here? Could I? That's what I want to get out of the Bali trip. And yeah, that's all that's on my plate right now. What about you? What's your goal for locking in?
I really look forward to your feedback of Bali.
I'm excited as well. Because Bangkok, a lot of people told me I'll love it, and I hated it. A ton of people have told me I loved Bali, and I'm like, is this gonna be another Bangkok? We'll see. What's your goal for New York and locking in?
Just locking, yeah. Barely leave the house.
But like, do you have a main goal? Just get work done. Yeah, get work done. Easy, bro. King.
Bro, see ya. Congratulations on our 30th pod.
Hey, big one, big one. All right, talk to you later, bro. Have a good one. Peace.